Now we're going to look at some harder examples, and this is when A is different than 1, like in my example here. Okay, sometimes you can use try and improvement method to work out what you need to have in both brackets so that you get the expression, but I'm going to show you a little bit more systematic way to do it. The first thing that you need to do, okay, is times the number in front of x squared and the number on its own. So in my case, that's 2 times 1, which is 2. Okay, nice and easy. Okay, now what I want is two numbers that I times, okay, to get 2, and the same two numbers that I add, okay, to get 3, just like we did in the previous questions. Okay, now because we have very small numbers, it's very easy to see that the numbers are 1 and 2. Okay, now what we do is this. Okay, I'm going to in a way split the this 3x, okay, positive 3x, into two terms. So I'm going to write 2x squared, and I'm going to use the numbers that I've just got, so 1 and 2. Okay, so for example, I'm going to write plus 2x plus x plus 1. Okay, so I've got 2x plus 1x, I could say, but we don't write 1. Okay, I could also write it the other way around. I could do plus x plus 2x, but I've done it this way so that it's easier for me to do the next step. But you still should be able to manage even if you do it the other way around. Okay, you need to get to the same answer. What I'm going to do now, okay, I'm going to split that into two parts. Okay, that's one part here, and then another part here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to factorize those expressions. Okay, now the first one, okay, the highest common factor of those two terms is 2x. Okay, now 2x times what gives you 2x squared? Well, that's just x. Okay, and then 2x times what gives you 2x? That's just 1. Okay, so that's me done with the with factorizing the first two terms. Now I'm going to move on to the other two terms. Now what you're trying to achieve here is get the same expression, okay, inside the bracket. So here actually I'm going to put 1, okay, and then x plus 1, so that my bracket, okay, has the same expression in it. Now we're going to now factorize this expression. Now you can see, okay, that both terms, so this one here, both parts, this one here, okay, and then this one here, they both have the same bracket. So now the bracket becomes the factor. Okay, so I have x plus 1. Okay, and then from the first expression, I've got 2x left, and then from the second expression, I've got plus 1 left, and that's my answer. I could try and expand it again just to see whether my answer is correct. Okay, I'm going to show you one more example. I know it's quite complex, so I'm going to look at one more example to see how to solve it. In this example, first I need to times 2 and negative 9. Okay, I need to times 2 and negative 9, so that is negative 18. So I want two numbers that I times to get negative 18, and the same two numbers that I add to get positive 3. Okay, positive 3. So because the answer to multiplication is negative, that means one of my numbers needs to be negative. Okay, and then when I add the two numbers, I get positive 3. That means that the bigger number needs to be positive. So my numbers are 6 and negative 3. Okay, so when I multiply 6 and negative 3, I get negative 18. When I add them, okay, I get positive 3. So I'm going to rewrite this expression, but I'm going to split, okay, I'm going to split 3a into 6a and take away 3a. So two a squared add 6a take away 3a take away 9. Okay, and now I'm going to factorize the first two terms and then the other two terms. Okay, remember that what you want to achieve is the same bracket. So the highest common factor for the first expression, the first part, is 2a, and then a plus 3. Okay, because 2a times a gives me 2a squared, and 2a times 3 gives me 6a. Okay, now for the second part, okay, the highest common factor will be negative 3. Now I want negative 3 because remember that I want to get the same expression inside the bracket. So now minus 3 times what is minus 3a? That's a. And minus 3 times what is minus 9? That is positive 3. Okay, so now my bracket, okay, now it becomes the factor. Okay, and now what I've got left from the first expression is 2a, and then from the second expression is negative 3. And that's the final answer.